Hello there, this is James Scorpio, James 1978, with a video expanding upon, if not essentially repeating, what I felt were the most important points made in the video by Innuendo Studios, links down as the underbar, specifically that while audience interpretation is integral and vital, that unless and until we develop telepathy, what a work of art, entertainment, or anything else means to us personally does not depend upon, and is sometimes even completely unrelated to what the author intended to convey. That does not mean that the author is dead, that is to say irrelevant, any more than the dictionary definition of an abstract concept is entirely irrelevant and meaningless simply because we use it to mean something else. After all, as Innuendo Studios points out in the video links below, one of the main, if not sole, reasons why we argue and debate over the meaning of any given work is that we know that the author, whether they were a single person or a collaborative group, had a specific intention in creating it, that regardless of whether it was conscious or not, their perspectives and experiences at least influenced, if not entirely shaped, whatever it is that we interpret within our own minds, that regardless of whether or not their intention was to convey a specific message, moral, meaning, or what have you, there is a reason why their creation exists. And therefore, although no creator can ever fully control how people interpret their creation, and without audience interpretation, it's not a complete text, in inverted commas, as in creation, regardless of what form that creation may take, to claim that the author is dead and that their intentions, singular or plural, are entirely irrelevant is as asinine as declaring that all that matters is how you personally interpret my videos on child protection or suicide prevention or anything else for that matter. Remember, when you strip them right down to their barest essentials, art and entertainment are merely another form of communication, and although the complex relationship between author and audience, which Innuendo Studios explains very well in the video links down as the underbar, is unique, as I indicated earlier, unless and until we develop telepathy, the languages of art, for lack of a better term, have exactly the same problems as any other language that does exist, has ever existed, or will ever exist, specifically that you can never know precisely what I'm thinking, feeling, or what my intentions truly are, that instead you can only ever construct a rough approximation based upon your own perceptions and experiences, using whatever translation of my thoughts, emotions, or intentions that I may provide. That when all is said and done, our interpretation of anything which is not based in objective reality and therefore does not have a single correct answer is merely our own interpretation, nothing more, nothing less, and as a result of no meaning or relevance to anyone else unless and until we can persuade them to perceive the thing in question in a way which is similar enough to the way that we do. And that therefore, just as I'm partially responsible for the backlash against me 4 years ago when people accused me of wanting to drive teenagers to suicide and legalise child rape because I failed to communicate my intentions clearly enough, as I explained in my video defining art, links down as the underbar, either a particular work of art succeeds in communicating its message to everyone exactly as the creator intended, which is utterly impossible, it manages to communicate it sufficiently to enough people to be considered successful, or it fails to communicate its intended message to more than a relative handful of people, or perhaps to no one at all, making it a failure, at least by my definition. That in short, reiterating this point in the hopes of preemptively dealing with any strawmen, to claim that the author's intentions are irrelevant is just as absurd as insisting that their intentions, either singular or plural, are the objective truth and are therefore the only correct way of interpreting the work in question, especially considering that many of the people who appeal to the death of the author when it serves their own purpose do the same thing that other YouTubers have done to me in the past on my old channels, using their interpretation of a given work to formulate a theory which they declare to be the quote-unquote true intentions of the authors themselves, proclaiming that they hate their audience, are female supremacists or anything else, believing that their personal interpretations are objective fact. To which I snidely remark, hang on a second though, I thought that the author was dead, to which the response is that they are, when it suits our individual agenda. That when, as I explained in another video linked down in the underbar, it serves our own egos to believe that our interpretation is all that matters, reducing art and entertainment to a product with no reason to exist beyond satisfying our desires, then they are as dead as a doornail. But on the other hand, when we wish to use their work to prove, in inverted commas, that they are heroic role models, or if we hate them or their work, perceiving them as being one in the same, to twist their work into a hammer and use it to justify our own opposition to and even bigotry against them personally and everything that we insist that they stand for, then they are very much alive. And when we're arguing and debating over the true interpretation of their work, then they are somewhere in between, hence Schrödinger's author.